Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to ACHS Paul Talk Radio. I'm Bear Broadcaster. Coach Mask here for the evening. I'm glad that you have joined us for tonight's broadcast as we have all things lined up and ready for you to go tonight. Live from the Bears Den, we've got things here against the Eagles of Falkner. That's at least what's on the schedule tonight. We've got a few clouds holding up above us, and I had two students tell me today that I needed to not ask Mr. Derrick what the weather is going to be like because he didn't know how to give it to us last week, or at least he jinxed us is what I was told. So we are going to just assume that conditions are going to be the way they're going to be. And you know what? We can't control it. We can't change it. We're just going to live with it, like it, and love every moment of it. We've got the both teams here in the center line, or at midfield, in order to take the toss, and the Bears are going to win the toss, and they're going to defer to the second half, so the Bears will be picking up. So the Bears will be picking up the football in the second half. In hopes that that's going to turn things into their favor as we get things rolling. Last week we met the Rebels of Thrasher and took a 26-6 win. Those 20 points came by way of several positive plays by the Golden Bears, and I wish I could show you what the inside of this press box looks like right now. My side, as you see, the Golden Bears come running out to get things going for us this evening. My side of the press box is a little, well, I don't want to say junky, but there's a lot of stuff right in here in front of me. I've got two iPads, I've got a MacBook, I've got a video switcher, I've got papers and documents and everything else in between, trying to get things rolling, and I'm still trying to get everything situated and put into place that it belongs, and so it's been a busy afternoon. We're trying to fight for the rain, so we had to put some prep together, and I had to work with my camera crew, my gracious camera crew, to make sure that they had all that they needed and that everything was squared away. And we're glad to be here. We're glad that you're with us, whether that be on YouTube or on Mixler. And we're about to get football underway here at Alcorn Central. We gathered some stats. Of course, we've been gathering stats each week, and we're proud to bring those to you at halftime and again at the end of the ball game. We've got a breakdown of team stats to this day, and we're going to get a look at those as the broadcast comes by, and trying to give you that best look into the Bears offense and defense. Okay, that's at least ambitions for the games tonight. We're getting ready to kick the ball here in the Bears' den. Ball's being placed right there at the 40-yard line. Tyler Murphy with his neon cleats, and he went back, and it's kind of funny. And I tell them every time I see them, I see football players and just students interested in football watching this broadcast throughout the week. They're just kind of replaying some footage, and most of the time I tell them, turn the sound down. I don't want you to hear me, and I don't want to hear myself. But he made special note. He came by my classroom. He came by my classroom and he said, so I hear you had something to say about my cleats. And he said, yeah. And I was like, yeah, I just mentioned that you look, pretty bright out there. And he said, who is this Leon kid, Neon Leon? Is that supposed to be something bad or something? And I had to explain to him that, we had a foreign exchange student from Germany who was big into football, which we call soccer. And we didn't have a soccer team, so they said, you know what, why don't you just join the football team, and you can be the kicker. You obviously know how to use your foot. You play soccer. So they brought him out here, and that was his signature thing. He had neon cleats, and so we got to call him Neon Leon. And I said, that's good company to be in because he was a great kicker. Eagles are going to take the pitch out to the right side after they receive the football and move forward to start first down from the 42-yard line. They're going to kick it out to the right side try to open up a hole there on the right, and the defensive line is going to begin to shift, and we're going to see the push out of bounds. That's going to be number 21 for the Golden Bears to get things rolling. That's Alex G to kind of start things off for us here this evening. 11 minutes, 24 seconds to go in the first quarter of play, and I'm still trying to get all my bearings together. I've got rosters everywhere, and everything you can imagine, I've got it somewhere, and it's probably not where it needs to be. Back in the pocket go the Eagles. He'll decide to take it for a keep for himself. Come out to the left side. Going to try to break it free. And number 32, Chadwick Sanders, going to bust up in there, blow up the run. That's going to be a tackle for loss, and that's going to be a loss of 2. That's going to be the loss of 2 on the field. Going to bring us back to a 3rd and 7 situation. And we're going to see the Eagles at the 45-yard line. And I don't know, just below the bottom of your screen, for those of you that are watching, you are seeing the official kind of doing a pump in the air. And that's to try and get the play clock back up to 40. And it's being controlled here in the booth. So there's going to be some confusion tonight. The quarterback's going to step back in the pocket. He's going to get the ball down on the ground. That's going to be behind the line of scrimmage, so that should be an intentional grounding. That should shove the Eagles way back. And they'll have to punt it away from deep. And I'm trying to tell you all this, and my booth partner here is continuing to utter the same thing as if I didn't hear him the first time. The intentional grounding there is going to be on the Eagles, and that's going to back the football up to the 29-yard line. And that's going to be 4th and 2 half-country miles, and we're going to see the punt crew come out and put it into the air. Football's back. It's in the air. Pretty good punt there into the hands of Alex G. He'll catch it high, tuck it low. He's going to be out to the right side. He's making a chase for it. He's going to break a couple tackles. He'll get wrapped up and put down right before the 25, and that's going to be a big punt return there by number 21, Alex G. He'll get right into the 26-yard line after picking it up around the 35, so a big gain there by the Bears. A great way to start the first possession of the ball game. 10 minutes, 3 seconds to go in the first quarter. It's 0-0. Bears have the football on the Falkner 26-yard line. It's 1st and 10. Handoff through the middle. Sanders going to make a spin, try to lose his shoulder. And he's going to make a push and not quite get all that he wants, but he'll get enough to keep us moving in the right direction. We'll take 4 on the play, leaves us to 2nd and 6. Ball to the 21. And we're going to get set back on the ball. That's number 53, Jason Wigginton on center. There's the snap. Back to Kemp, and the handoff to Riley Lambert out to the left side. He's going to keep dragging, trying to bring those Eagles forward, and he'll gain about 3, possibly 4 on the carry, and that's going to bring us within just a couple yards of the line of progression. You know, when you think about Bears versus Eagles, you have to think they're both the top of the food chain in the predatorial world, especially in the U.S. state of Alaska. And so it's going to be interesting to see the sparring tonight between the Bears and the Eagles. Handoff through the middle to Sanders, going to drive it up the center. We're going to see the play called dead there on forward progress, and it should bring up 4th and short, just under a yard. Just about a yard to go to get that drive. Best thing you can see right here is trying to jam it up the middle. If you can get the jump and kind of get that stretch across while holding on to possession, you can get that move in. On 4th down, you don't want to do anything too risky, like put it in the air or try to take a pitch where you're going to risk dropping the ball. You need to get it in and around into a place where we can find some room. And Sanders is going to do just that. He's going to get forward enough to find some progress across the line of progression, and he's going to get tripped up at the feet and fall down forward. That's enough for our Golden Bear first down. Seven minutes, 50 seconds to go on the clock here in the first quarter. It's still 0-0. We say thank you to all those that have tuned in to ACHS Paw Talk Radio here with Coach Mask and company. Conversation on the sideline there, about to break huddle and get things rolling. Play clock counting down from 25. Game clock counting down from 7:30 as the Golden Bears get into position. Inside the red zone, ball here at the 13. There's the snap, a bit high. Comes back in the pocket for the pitch. And that's going to almost be an interception. Ball comes loose on the ground. They'll call it incomplete. Flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold, maybe some, could be a personal foul, maybe roughing the passer. And you can see the official has just walked over to the side of the defense, and that conversation's probably going to be, hey, watch out, I think there may have been roughing the passer. No, it's going to be a hold on the Bears. He was looking to see, do you want to accept or decline? And that's going to bring that ball a considerable distance back. They'll walk it to the 22-yard line. And the Bears will replay first down. Went from a 1st and 10 now to a 1st and 20. You've doubled the amount of distance you've got to go, so you've got to put in twice the amount of effort to get there. Hand off to Sanders, out to the right side. He'll get hit at the ankles, roll into the 20. It's a gain of 2. Got 18 to go. He's slow to get up, but on his feet he is. And he's going to walk it off. Play clock back up to 40. And the new count starts. Back in the pocket. Kemp goes. He's going to break it out loose. There's a flag on the play. He's into the end zone. Will it make a difference? We're going to see if that's going to stand. But we've got Golden Bears in the end zone. Got flags on the field. We're going to wait to see whether or not that one's going to put points on the board or if we're going to be walking it back. False start on the Bears. What a big roll. That flag was late to be a false start. False start should be a dead ball foul. That play was left into motion as they called it, so it was either a late view or a late throw, but either way, that's going to see the Bears come walking back even more, separating that distance. Play's going to be called dead again. False start another on the Bears. I didn't see any motion on either side. Bears in position now with a considerable distance to go. Got to put the ball in the air. A flag on the play, 2 flags on the play.
What are you doing?
Falkner's going to try and rip the helmet off of Talon Kemp. Creates a that's going to be a considerable flag. There's 3 on the field. Should be unnecessary roughness. To me, that's an unforgivable foul. You're going to have to try and jerk the helmet off of a player. You're putting his health and his physical well-being in considerable.
You don't hit somebody when the helmet's completely turned around.
In considerable. I'm trying to come up with words here, but the rest of the crowd and all the people out here screaming they're giving me a hard time. I'm trying to think of the word choice here. They're going to rip his helmet off his head, which is going to put him in harm's way. And as his helmet's coming off, there's going to be a defender come right into him, and that's going to be a considerable offense. They're just going to give 1 foul there. To me, I think you should have had 2 penalties. I think you should have had the face mask, and you should have had the unnecessary roughness or unsportsmanlike conduct or late hit, because when his helmet comes off, we're going to see that come into play. But they're only going to give the face mask, and that will be, of course, against the Eagles. That will put the Bears in better position. But even with 3 officials throwing the flags on the play, only 1 penalty is going to come out of that. Bears are now in better position, 2nd and 13. Kemps will come off, get checked out. He is back on the play. He's going to get caught up in the backfield. He'll get brought down after the handoff to Sanders. Sanders going to get put down on the 20. The officiating crew seems a little dysfunctional right here. The official should have kept Kemp off of the field that previous play with the loss of his helmet. He should not have been in that subsequent play to the one where he lost it, but we shall see. So the officials are going to call my time here. I don't know if that's necessarily because we needed it in this time. 4:48 to go. The Bears have the ball inside the 25-yard or inside the 20-yard line. It's 3rd and long, but there's been a considerable amount of confusion and discrepancy so far in the ball game on the officiating crew. And we had a personal foul, a face mask earlier. Now the Bears were back to a 2nd and, it was about a 23, 24. Earlier and after the personal foul, the officiating crew keeps it to a 2nd down situation, which now brings us to a 3rd. So a little confusion on the sidelines there, and I think they call a my time just so they can talk it over and figure it out. But I can tell you the fans here at Alcorn Central are not very happy with the officiating crew, nor would I be if I was a member of the coaching staff. Kemp comes back in the pocket. He's going to get another face mask called. Another Eagle tries to reach in and grab the helmet off of Kemp. He's trying to get back in the pocket to pass. Right now, I don't see how you can leave those individuals on the field. Personal foul will be a face mask on the Eagles. And that's going to walk the ball forward.
That's the only reason why you take your helmet off is because you got to put your earpiece back in.
And the officiating crew is going to say it will remain third down.
They let him.
On the 10-yard line, the ball sits 3rd and 8.
They let him go back on the other one because he had to put his earpieces back in. He had to take his helmet off.
3rd and 8 on the play. Hand off to Sanders. He's going to roll forward. He's going to get close. May not be close enough for the first down, but the Bears have at least one more play to get in the end zone or to get across that line of progression if they want to keep things moving. Now, we saw early on in the season during J.Z. George, the Bears got extremely close to the end zone and couldn't finish. So tonight we're hoping that the offense continues to wrap things up and put things in play like is necessary. 4th and less than 1 here. We're on inches as the Bears try and pound it into the end zone. Looking for that goal line. Bears are going to load the box. Handoff is dropped on the ground. That's going to be a fumble. It's recovered by the Bears, but it's no use. 4th down fumble. We'll see a turnover on downs. An unfortunate situation for the Bears. Get to the 3-yard line. Fumble the football on a 4th and inches. Turnover on downs. Ball in play by the Eagles. And a big takedown in the backfield. Fumble football. Bears land on it. We're going to see a touchdown, folks. Who thought we'd be this close and score defensive touchdowns? One way or the other, as long as you put points on the board, that's what matters. That's going to be number 7. Ethan Sanders going to recover that fumble. And, wow, what a way to put a touchdown on the board. You get so close, you give it up with three yards to go, and the defense comes in and says, whoa, 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 we ain't done yet. We're going to put points on the board one way or the other. It's 6-0 special teams coming out. We're going to see if we can make it 7 or 8 as Coach Warren puts things into play. I don't think we were looking for that one. And you know, it's kind of a funny play to the ending of what just took place. So a pretty interesting pretty interesting take here for the Bears. Going to line up to kick the extra point. See if we can put it in. It's going to be a fake play. We're picking it up, taking it to the end zone. Let's see 2 put on the board. What a way to work a trick in there. Going to fake the kick there. Get it into the corner. You're going to try to play the defense off there. If you think you're going to kick the football, the defense is going to stack the box, try and work on the deflection. You're going to leave that right side open. They're going to get the pitch back, pick it up, send it outside, walk it into the end zone, put 2 on the board. It's 8-0. The Bears have taken the lead and put themselves ahead of the Eagles. Tyler Murphy going to set the ball on the 40-yard line, preparing for the ensuing kick. And off it goes, end over end. It'll hit at the 32, rolled up, picked up at the 25. Several Bears are going to try to get hands on him. He'll get met at the 45. He'll get brought down shy of the 50. And the Eagles will start it 1st and 10 from the 48. Riley Lambert going to be on the stop there for the Bears. Gets the ball to the 48. It's 1st and 10. Falkner is going to be their best field position for the evening. Back in the pocket. Deep it goes. It's going to come up incomplete. Way ahead of the fielder, or the receiver in position there. Now knowing that the Falkner offense can put the ball high in the air, you're going to make sure we got to get coverage in all areas of the field tonight. And my mess that I was telling you about earlier just keeps getting worse. Ball going to get spun loose at the 43. He's headed to the right side. Men in the chase. Reed Robertson going to assist in the takedown. The Eagles are going to grab enough for a 1st down. He's going to spin loose to the first defender who would have gotten a tackle in the backfield. He's going to come running out to the right side, find an open, or to the left side rather, find an open hole. 2 Bears are going to wrap him up, bring him down out of bounds. Considerable gain by the Eagles, and that'll give them 1st down. Falkner. Ball to the Bear 29-yard line. We'll see 1st and 10. The best position of the Bears tonight. Or excuse me, of the Eagles tonight. Two minutes, 53 seconds remain here in the first quarter of play. Run to the right side. Same individual. He'll get it. Or excuse me, the left. Apparently I can't tell the difference between left and right tonight. To the left side. He'll get it back to the original line of scrimmage with a gain of about 2. Number 17, Chandler South on the tackle for the Bears. Falkner has the ball, 2nd and 6. Here comes the shift and the handoff. Same side. He's going to get met this time, and he should be put down just a yard in front of the line of scrimmage. We'll see 3rd and 5 come up for the Eagles. 26, Riley Lambert on the tackle. And the Eagles will take a timeout. And the Bears are also going to be meeting here in the timeout, trying to get a defensive plan put together as they see the Eagles 3rd and 5. With 1:56 to go here in the first quarter of play, it's 8-0, the Golden Bears with the lead. The Eagles come back, 15 seconds on the play clock. Here's the snap. Going to be a run up the middle. Bears going to clobber him in. But that's enough for a first down in a chain-moving take by the Eagles. Alex G on the tackle for the Bears. Eagles going to line up tight in the box with two receivers to the right. Flag on the play. False start on the Eagles. Eagles forward on the ball. Flags big time on the play. We'll call it stopped at the line of scrimmage. Number 34, Hunter Bailey on the tackle. Flag is at the line of scrimmage. Two side judges going to conference. Personal foul, face mask on the Bears. After two personal fouls, face masks from the Eagles, the Bears going to repay by one. Not a repayment that you want to be using. You'd rather use them on the scoreboard. That's going to be a spot of the foul. Gets a first and 2 situation for the Eagles. They're going to step back in the pocket, chunk it deep into the end zone. They'll grab it in, and that's enough for an Eagle touchdown. 8-6 now the score as we await special teams. Want to say a special thank you to Mr. Caden Burcham for being the hot man on top, running control for the camera. We appreciate all the work that he does for the media team. Eagles try to jam it in, and it's incomplete. The Bears will maintain the lead, 8-6, after the incomplete attempt on the 2-point conversion. .5 seconds to go until I forget to turn the scoreboard over to the second quarter, but that's at least how much time's left until it actually happens. So just know when a minute on the clock goes by and it still says quarter one, it's probably the second quarter. I'll probably just forget to turn it over there. But the Bears have the lead as they look to less than a minute to go in the first. It's 8-6 atop the Eagles of Falkner. Yeah, looking at the weather tonight, we were just, a little bit of rain. Okay, we can handle that. We just didn't want to go through the same kind of weather delay like the Bulldogs did last week because, my bedtime's going to come pretty soon. And as much as I love the Bears, as much as I love the game, I don't know if I'd been able to stall for 4 hours because unlike these big companies like ESPN, I ain't got nothing else to put on. I guess I could turn the camera on myself, and we'll just have us a history lesson, and we could go and interview the entire football team, and I could take you on a tour of the stadium, and we'd probably still have 3.5 hours left after all of that. Here goes the kick, going to be a squeal back to the right side. It's picked up near the 40. Riley Lambert's got his hands on it. He'll get near midfield before he's brought out of bounds. Lambert's going to grab 10 yards on the return. And that's going to put us to the 49-yard line. The Bears will have it 1st and 10. And probably missed it just right out of the field of view. But the sideline was trying to pitch the ball to the official as he was running by. And, I mean, it hit him right in the chest, and his hands did not grab it up quick enough. And he was laughing at himself just as we were laughing at them. .1 seconds to go in the end of the first. We've got 1st and 10, ball at the 49. Ball going to be up the middle. Chadwick Sanders going to grab 2 yards on the play. Sanders continuing to jam it up the middle. Every short grab is important for the Bears.
This is probably the last play of the half of the quarter.
Ball back in the pocket. Kemp goes for the throw. Come up incomplete. Intended receiver there was Lambert. He goes up for it. Going to have a defender come up right behind him and knock out his ability to take the reception. Leaves 4 seconds on the game clock. Bears with a 2-point lead here in a 3rd and 9 from the 50-yard line. Bears with 22 seconds to go on the play clock as they get to the line. When they lined up with the receiver, 2 to the right, 1 to the left. And a back just to the side of the play caller. Snaps a bit high. Goes to the throw. It's out and in the air and in the hands of number 1, Steven Rickman. He's going to get brought down just at the 38-yard line. And the Bears are going to see a 1st down come their way. What a way to draw up a play and get it into motion with pressure in the backfield. He sets back, puts the ball in the air, gets a reception for a 13-yard catch and carry. And that's going to be the end of the first. It's 8-6. The Bears have the lead at the end of 1 quarter of play to the Eagles of Falkner. And I don't ask for much in this world, but I just want everyone to notice that we have changed the quarter on the scoreboard before the actual quarter began. Now, to most people, that's not a big feat. For me, I'm patting myself on the back for remembering that right now. 12 minutes on the clock as we get ready to begin the 2nd quarter of play. Live from the Bears' den, the Bears lead the Eagles of Falkner 8-6 in this non-conference play, the 3rd ball game of the season. The Bears are 1-1 right now. A loss to J.Z. George 12-0 to open the season, and a 26-6 victory over the Rebels of Thrasher last weekend. See the snap. Handoff to the left side. He's going to take it up the middle and gain of about 4, maybe 5 if we can give it to him. That's Chadwick Sanders on the carry. And now I'm about to do the unthinkable and have to write down stats. My partner had to journey off on a field trip for a moment. He said he'd be back quickly. I hope so, because these stats about to probably get messed up. 5-yard pickup there by the Bears. 4-yard pickup there by the Bears. See, it's already happened. 4-yard pickup by the Bears. 2nd and 6 to go. Ball at the 34 as we line up pretty heavy on the inside. Going to send one receiver in Robertson way to the right, and Rickman there just to his left. Here goes the snap, a bit high, a little short screen pass to Lambert, who makes the swap from right to left, spins out, and he's going to get across the field enough to run out of bounds beyond the first down line of progression, and that's going to be another chain-moving play by the Bears. 1st and 10 with 11:03 to go. Alcorn Central moving downfield. Flag on the play. It's a dead ball foul. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Eagles. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't see it. Mostly because I was trying to write down something that I also probably didn't see. So, good option for the Bears. Unsportsmanlike is going to move us even farther forward. Still not sure what happened. Probably just some mouthing going on the sidelines, and this time it works into the Bears' favor. 1st and 10, the Bears have it on the 12-yard line. We've got 12 yards to go to march into the end zone with 10:40 to go here in the second quarter of play. Snaps back, handoff to Sanders. He's going to take a brief pause, and that hesitation is going to find him wrapped up in the arms of an eagle and put down, or rather I should say in the wings of an eagle. As long as you don't find yourself in the beak of an eagle, I guess all's okay. 10:15 to go here in the second. 8-6, the Bears going to lose 2 on the play, 2nd and 12. I hope y'all find me as funny as I find myself funny. You probably don't. And you know what? That's okay. I can live with that. 2nd and 12. Snaps back. Kemp's looking to pass. Make a decision. I'll take it my own. Out the left side he goes. He's shoved out of bounds. Going to be a big gain there, and you can see Mr. Hobson standing on the director's stand, cheering him on. Way to go, Bears. He's going to be getting his band to put together a tune, and he's going to get so into the game he's going to forget to tell them what to play. That's the kind of devotion that I like to see. A 4-yard gain there brings us to 3rd and 8. The Bears have to be critical in moving the football forward now if they want to keep things alive this deep in the field. Third and 8. Kemp in the backfield, looking for the throw. He puts it out deep and wide. That comes up incomplete. The Bears have to make a critical decision here. How do you spin up a attempt on a 4th down conversion and possible touchdown run without losing possession? Special teams is not as strong as I'm sure many would wish that it would be. So I don't know if putting a field goal attempt is in the playbook or even a option to consider. Head coach Marty Warren will bring off a few men and send a few more in. And number 7, Ethan Sanders, is kind of lingering in the backfield, so not sure whether we're going to see a attempt or not. But I believe I just saw the tee get thrown onto the field, and Chadwick Sanders lines up to put a field goal in play. Let's see if the attempt can come in. It's up and just a bit to the left. Comes up no good. He's going to shank that one, and it's going to come up just a bit shy of the uprights, and that leaves the Bears ahead only by 2 with 9:33 to go in the first half of play. You're listening to ACHS Paw Talk Radio live tonight from the Bears Den. Next week, the Bears will be in action against the Seminoles of Smithville. And I don't know if we will get a forecast, a previously predicted forecast by Mr. Derek next week, but if he's a fan of country music, he may predict wind. Out to the right side, the Bears are going to wrap up and put down quick. Number 5, Harvern Davis, going to get the tackle for loss there. Way to shove them into the backfield as the Eagles take the start from the 20-yard line. A 3-yard loss brings up second. Brings up a 2nd and 13 now for the Eagles. And a special point was made here. We haven't seen Davis really in control of the football to pick up any valuable rushing yards tonight, and that's an interesting take to see. He's got 185 yards so far this season, and he's averaging 7.1 yards a carry. And we're going to see an incomplete attempt to move the football by the Eagles. That's going to bring up 3rd and 13 now. And they're on their own 17-yard line. And, folks, I don't know about you at home and how the climate is there, but this air conditioner's been running just a tad bit too long for me. I'm going to have to turn the joker, kick her up a few degrees before I start growing icicles off my ears. Back in the pocket, he'll look for the pass. He's going to put it up in the air. Chandler South going to grab it up. He's headed back towards the end zone. What an interception. We saw 2 last week by 14 Robertson. South's going to get his tonight. He's going to get it back up to the 20-yard line. That's going to be a catch near the 35 and a back to the 15. So a 15 or back to the 20. That's a 15-yard interception return there by South to put the momentum back behind the Bears. 8-6 to score. Alcorn Central with the lead. Now with the football after the interception. It's 1st and 10 from the Eagle 19-yard line. 7:57 remains. Going to be interested to see the outcome of the offense here. How they're going to get things in motion offensively, seeing 26 attempts and 7.1 yards a carry by Davis. We're still going to see this handoff to Sanders. He's going to drive it up the middle, a good take for about 4, maybe 5 yards, and we may see the ball inside the 15. $7:35 to go here in the first half of play. We'll take 5 on the carry. It gives us 2nd and 5 now for the Bears. Robertson now running in for the Central offense. Play clock now to 10. Bears got to get something in motion quick. Here's the snap. And the handoff, Lambert takes it. He's going to see that open hole. He's headed to the pylon. He will find it. There's the end zone. Riley Lambert wraps up another 6 for the Bears. We're going to see special teams running out once more. Put 6 on there. It's 14-6. Can we make it 2 more? Let's see a 10-point lead. 7:01 to go here in the second quarter. It'll be about a 14, 15-yard drive in by the Bears to rack up that extra touchdown. We're 7 minutes away from halftime, where you're going to get to see your Purple Pride marching band take the field, and they are going to be adding to their set called Distortion, as they've been playing Smells Like Teen Spirit. Now they're going to add pretender tonight. Here goes the kick. It's up and in the uprights. Put one on the board. It's 15-6, folks. The Bears with 7 points here in the last couple seconds. We're going to see a 9-point lead, 15-6. Sanders on the kick there. Going to put that one straight through the uprights.
Did we make an extra point last year? Oh, last year. Did we get? Something wrong through it.
7:01 to go as we line the ball up on the 40-yard line to put it in the air. Number 10, Tyler Murphy, with his neon orange cleats, gets set to make the kick. I want to say thank you all for watching and listening tonight. If you're here with us on Mixler, we appreciate you for tuning in to Paul Talk Audio and encourage you to go check out our YouTube channel, ACHS Media, where we've got video and audio available to you free of charge. So join us. Tyler Murphy ready for the kick. Up in the air, squib kick to the 40. Big man's going to grab it. He's going to get wrapped up and brought down at the 45. And hands in that play number 14. Reed Robertson's going to grab him up quick at the chest, roll him over, and put him down. We'll see 1st and 10 for Falkner on their own 46. 6:57 to go. $6:57 to go. The officials take a officials timeout here. Give both teams a chance to get some water. It's a cool, crisp 72 degrees out here. Many of you probably keep your home that cool. And when my classroom's that cool, I have many still complain that it's that warm. And Siri just got turned on, and now she thinks I wanted to call Chris Miller. He would probably be intrigued to know what's going on tonight. He used to be in the booth with me. He never got to sit in this nice fancy one that we're in right now, but Siri oftentimes doesn't understand me, which is okay because most people probably don't understand me. As I give you this excellent humor tonight, you probably haven't understood it, but I've thought it's funny. I've got the people in the booth laughing, the people in front of me that can somewhat hear me, they're laughing. I don't know if they're laughing with me or at me, but 6:57 to start on the clock, 15-6, the Bears ahead, and the Eagles take it 1st and 10. Handoff going to be faked out to the right side, wrapped up at the line of scrimmage. No progress the Bears will give, and that's going to take 2nd and, well, we'll give them a yard. And the officials are going to give them an extra one. So 2nd and 8. It's one of those things where you kind of start talking before you should, and, you realize that you should have not started talking that early. But only giving up 2, the Bears see 2nd and 8. Falkner at their own 48-yard line. Handoff again, wrapped up this time, a tackle for loss. What a big slam back by the Bears. Number 7, Ethan Sanders. And I wish you could see most people don't ever know this, but in the press box, you've got the PA announcer who is trying to watch the ball game, but a lot of the times you're going to have someone sitting there with them, what we call a spotter, someone with binoculars or someone with a keen eye to see what's going on, because oftentimes those of us that are broadcasting or announcing over the speaker, we're trying to think about what's next to say, and we'd always catch what's going on. Well, we have one of those as well who wears many hats for us tonight, Mr. Riley Mask, who is not always the most clear with his hand gestures as to try and give what number he saw do what. And so the delay is oftentimes me just trying to figure out how to count. And the Eagles are going to get past Sanders on the initial attempt to tackle. They're going to meet Kemp and Davis Harden. And that drive forward is going to bring us to 4th and 4. And the Eagles have it on the Golden Bear 48-yard line. You almost have to assume they're going to try to put it deep this time. And the Eagles will maybe not know immediately what they want to do. So in order to figure that out, they're going to call a timeout. Their second charged timeout of the half leaves 1 to go. It's 15-6. The Eagles have the football. 4th and 4 on the Golden Bear 48. It's 4:51 to go in the first half of play. For those of you that missed the start of the ball game, the Bears won the toss and elected to defer. And we will pick up the football at the start of the second half, and that will be a good thing for the Bears to try and keep momentum moving into the half and keep it rolling in their favor after the half. You want to leave the locker room at the top of the mountain, and you want to keep riding that train all the way down it into the second half before the final buzzer sounds. 4:51, the Bears have concluded their defensive huddle. Whistles on the field. We'll see the Eagles move back to the line of scrimmage to pick up the football. It's 4th and 4. We'll see if they're going to make a mad dash and jab it 4 yards forward, or if they're going to set back and try to punt it away. And it looks like we might be seeing a heavy box set here. Eagles in the wishbone. Going to look to see if they can drive it out. Back in the pocket. Looking for the throw. Got to get coverage. And it got the reception out to the right side. Hit out of bounds. A hard push. Number 5, Harvern Davis going to get the ball out. When you see them set up right here, you have to know they're going to spin back, pitch off to the side, and look to try to make it deep and out. Bears were covering middle, and they left both the left and the right side open. The Eagles saw it all day long. They took their chance. They reached down. They put their talons on the football, and they got outside and in first down territory. 1st and 10 from the 31-yard line. I hope that you enjoy my nature references as much as I enjoy giving you the nature references. Flag on the play, going to be a false start on the Eagles. 5-yard penalty gives us 1st and 15. You know, I just told you that Siri was trying to call Chris Miller earlier, and it's perfect timing that I'm talking about a nature right now and our nature commentary. You know, he and I, when we kind of spun up Paul Talk Radio, we kept talking about having a host of Bears, just like that one grabbed up that sack in the backfield for a loss there. And but, you know, host is not a term we hear in nature, in biology. And so by not hearing that, we had to look it up. We didn't know. You know, we both thought we were smart, but we weren't smart enough to know what a group of bears are, and it's a slew of bears. So how about that? Slew of Bears going to see the tackle there to bring up 2nd and 15. Pitch back. He's going to be wrapped up. Missed on a spin. Alex G trying to make the chase. Davis Harden doing the same. We're going to still see a tackle out of bounds right at the 46-yard line. What a considerable deficit by the Eagle offense. The Bears are chasing. They're hungry. They're out for blood tonight. They're going to get that 7-yard loss there, and that's going to put the Eagles back to the 44-yard line. I personally saw them come out at the 46, but that's going to bring up 3rd down and a long ways to go. And Sanders going to come outside, going to have to take a break on this play, looking for a little relief on the field. He's going to have a little tweak of his ankle. You can already see he's got it wrapped up. He's favored it last week and early on in the game tonight. So one thing you got to consider, you've put up a pretty considerable defensive stand. Of course, we might see a pass play come up in the air, and you know, we've seen the Eagles been able to fly the ball a little bit tonight and make those receptions. So you've got to keep that in the back of your mind right now to make sure that that you're providing decent coverage, but you also need to make sure that you're not sacrificing too much too early. And with 3:27 to go in the first half of play, we've got 24 minutes of football after we watch the Purple Pride perform. So you have to consider making those steps back defensively as to not injure key players that play both sides of the football. And coaching staff's going to take that into consideration. They're going to pull Sanders off the field, run in his replacement to see third down on defense tonight as to hope to try and get him nursed back to health before we go into halftime. Backing up. Going to make the throw. They're going to complete it, but it's going to be right to the 43-yard line when he gets shoved out of bounds. It was more just kind of a hot potato throw here. I want to get rid of the football. I don't want to lose 6 yards. And so they pitch it up. They gain one on the play, and now they're 4th and 20. Now they're 4th and 20. Yeah, what Riley was saying, he wasn't really trying to maybe save a sack there. He was more just or less trying to save impact. So he said, here, you take the ball and you take the hit. And that he did. He gets put out of the sideline. 4th and 20 now for the Eagles. They're set back, looking to probably get rid of the football. At least one would hope. And we've got Alex G. set far back and Riley Lambert here in mid-center to take the kick. Punt goes up in the air. It's going to be a squib kick out to the 10-yard line. Contact will be made just at the 8-yard line. And the Bears are going to touch it, but they're not going to pick it up, not going to take a knee. And the Eagles are going to key in on that and fall on the football. And that's going to what they're going to be calling a recovery by the Eagles at the 8-yard line. This is giving me Mississippi State, Memphis flashbacks from last year. And we saw how bad the officiating crew was last year. We've already seen how these have not been so great this year. Eagles have the football. It's 1st and goal from the 8. Maybe the 9. I can't see. It's a little farther off field. If there's yet a time for the Bears to play defense, it's right now. Bears are going to get a stop, but it's not after the Eagles get to the 4. Riley Lambert on the tackle. 2:45 to go. Bears have to stall best they can and keep the Eagles out of the end zone. If there's yet a time to show the mighty roar of the defense, it's right now. And they'll make it. And the football just barely crosses the plane. 6 points go in favor of Falkner. So it's now 15-12. The Bears lead by a field goal. If they can keep the Eagles away from a special teams conversion here, they can give themselves a 3-point cushion moving in to halftime. 2:23 to go in the first. Eagles going to line up to go for 2. They're going to drop back, try to make it in, and I believe the Bears are going to keep them out. That's going to be an incomplete attempt, and they will keep a 3-point lead. 15-12, the Bears have it above the Eagles with 2:23 to go in half. I would absolutely love to see a kick return all the way to the end zone. Boy, wouldn't that be nice? 15-12, 2:23 as the Eagles line up to the 40, getting ready to kick. Bears are going to have number 5, Harvern Davis, and number 32, Chadwick Sanders. Set back deep. Here in the secondary, number 21, Alex G. And number 1, Stephen Rickman. And in the third row, which we would call in biology, the tertiary, that's going to be 14, Reed Robertson, and number 26, Riley Lambert. A short lineup by the kicker, probably going to see it come near side, and that it will be picked up by Sanders and dropped on the ground. He'll pick it up again. He'll get wrapped up and put down at the 24-yard line. They'll spot him to the 25 where he makes first contact. And that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Bears with 2:18 to go in the first half of play. Best thing the Bears can do now is slow march down the field.
I'd like to punch one in because we get the ball at halftime.
I mean, it would be nice to grab that extra 6, 7, maybe 8 to put on the board, but you've got to play it smart here, and you only have to do it safely. So if you can slow march down the field and kind of get these good jabs here and there, you can keep yourself in good shape. Ball security, and no, to me, I'm not going to probably put it in the air knowing that we've had some incompletions tonight. So I think tonight, especially right now, we just need to see the ball moving in a positive direction. We got 75 yards to go. Handoff up the middle, and the Bears are going to see a loss of 1 on the play. Sanders on the carry to the left side. Sanders heavy on the ball tonight. We still haven't seen Harvern Davis take a carry. But, you know, we didn't see Davis take many carries against J.Z. George. I wonder if it's strategic spinning them in and out during non-conference play to maybe get them to a level where they can both split during division play. You have to consider maybe the offensive strategy here, you know, trying to always have one solid rusher at good health. Kemp makes the throw, and he'll complete to Lambert. Unfortunately, it's only a 2-yard gain. Kemp is back in the pocket for the throw, but he's so far deep that even a 7-8 yard pass is only going to garner 2 yards. Leaves us to 3rd and 9. Not garnish. I'm thinking of the Food Network, and that's not what I'm broadcasting right now. I had a student last week ask me if I was going to narrate the ball game tonight, and I was like, I don't know if narrate's the right term. But now, if this was the Food Network, I totally feel like I would be narrating. And, well, nonetheless, here's the snap as we get ready. Ball set from the center. Flag on the play. Side judge going to call a false start. Not sure if I saw that one. It's going to be on the Bears. 5-yard penalty. Now it is extremely crucial that we move the ball forward. 43 seconds to go here in the first. Play clock and game clock, both in motion. 27 seconds and counting. There's the snap. Handoff to Sanders, Ethan Sanders. He's going to run up, get hit by his own man, or not get hit, he's going to run into his own man, and he'll get grabbed up by a few Eagles. He'll get brought down with less than 10 seconds to go, and we're going to see the Bears find themselves at the end of half. We're going to see the Purple Pride Marching Band come stepping their way into the field this evening, and we're going to be bringing that to you right now. Purple Pride Marching Band on its way. Stay with us right here on ACHS, Paw Talk Radio, and ACHS Media on YouTube and Mixler.
He said he knows I got done. Oh, I know the person who makes it. Go, Reed, go! Come on, Vince! Oh, it's coming.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Please turn to the field, your 2022 Alcorn Central Purple Pride Marching Band. Head director is Mr. Rudy Hobson. Assistant director is Ms. Jane Moss. Agent staff is Kurt Klein, Allison Monroe, Justin Johnson, and Chase Bartlett. The 2022 Purple Pride presents their halftime show, Distorted. Music tonight includes Nirvana's Smell Like Teen Spirit and Radiohead's Creep. Drum major Reed Robertson is your band's leader. You may take the bill for your halftime performance.
up, go to bed. Then I'm gonna stay up and get to it at 5:45 in the morning.
Over the phone.
Come here and get a good long nap, wake up, and stay up. 5:45 start. 2:15.
Home next morning.
Could be worse. We'll fight the fight.
and gentlemen, as we are here together in the halftime break, I just wanted to bring you a quick look at a few things as play is about to get started here in, about 7 minutes or so. Just wanted to give you kind of a look into some stats in the first half of play, and then a look at what the stats look like leading up to today. And we, like I said, had planned to give you that information prior to beginning tonight, but had some delays and ultimately weren't able to provide that. But we've got first half stats looking at you right now. As far as category of rushing here in the offensive side of the stats sheet, number 32, Chadwick Sanders with 12 carries, a total of 24 yards. Number 26, Riley Lambert, a total of 2 carries and 18 yards, one of those being a 15-yard touchdown carry into the end zone. Number 6, Talon Kemp with 3 quarterback keeps. He's got 3 carries and a total of 4 yards. And Ethan Sanders with a total of 3 yards in 1 carry. We've put the ball in the air 6 times tonight. And so far for the evening, we are 3 for 3 with 20 yards total passing. We've had 3 incompletes, 1 for 12 yards, which garnered a first down, and the other for 6 and 2 yards. For 6 and 2 yards, considerably. Receiving tonight, both were by the hands of either Stephen Rickman or number 26, Riley Lambert. Rickman had the 12-yard first down catch, and Lambert had the 2-yard and 6-yard catch. And that's going to give us those totals of the 20 yards receiving tonight. Several offensive penalties, 1 for a hold, 3 false starts, and we have seen a face mask on defense tonight. Have seen a face mask on defense tonight, and that is going to be the look at offensive stats. So I was trying to shut the door and play all these other roles here. Look at the defensive stats tonight. Had several tackles. Each of these individuals have 4 tackles apiece. That's number 21, Alex G. That's number 32, Chadwick Sanders, and that's number 26, Riley Lambert. Going to see a couple of others seeing 4 tackles total for loss. 2 of those by the hands of Sanders. 1 of those at Riley Lambert, and 1 of those by number 5, Harvern Davis. We had a interception of 15 yards. Had an interception of about 15 yards by number 17, Chandler South, and several other Bears, including number 7, Ethan Sanders, number 34, Hunter Bailey, number 5, Harvern Davis, number 55, Will Davis, number 14, Reed Robertson, number 6, Talon Kemp, and number 22, Davis Harden, are each going to have at least 1 tackle apiece. And so we're going to see some positive things coming from the Bears defense, really getting in the zone and attacking the ball quickly, finding those quick turns, staying up on the ball of your feet, and really taking into account what's going on from the offensive side. So the Bears really honing in defensively, and it's showing good so far this evening. A couple of miscues and lack of pass coverage is really where the Bears have seen the most fault so far in defense, allowing some gaps to be made far on either side of the sidelines to create some open space and give a little too much yardage for the Eagles to take advantage of. And they've been putting those passes in the air and popping those right into the receiver's hands as quickly as they can. And those have been the biggest downfalls of the Bears' defense tonight. So making sure that we're drumming up decent pass coverage and getting into a place where we can keep a solid containment defensively, and we can keep the Bears out of, or we can keep the Eagles out of the end zone. Now looking at looking at special teams stats, taking a look at the field goal, number 32, Chadwick Sanders tries to take a shot at one from the 16-yard line, comes up incomplete. And we have had one completed point after touchdown attempt, and that was by number 32, Chadwick Sanders. Punt returns tonight, Alex G with 35 yards on a punt return. And kickoff return statistics, number 26, Riley Lambert with a 10-yard return, number 32, Chadwick Sanders with a yard return so far tonight. Now that's a look at the first half stats. We'll have the remainder coming up at the end of the ball game. 1:30 remains here before the 2 or 3 minute runoff. Let's take a look at what the team was looking like moving into tonight. Moving into this ball game this evening, the Golden Bears had 4 fumble recoveries moving into tonight with 1 forced fumble. A total of 72 tackles were collected by the team moving up into tonight in the previous 2 ball games. Leading the team in tackles is number 32, Chadwick Sanders, with 12, 3 of those as a tackle for loss. Behind him is number 6, Talon Kemp, who is serving both as quarterback and on defense, and that was with 10 tackles. And number 26, Riley Lambert, closely following him with 9 tackles, 2 of those being for loss. 55, Will Davis, and 21, Alex G, both coming up, rounding out the top 5 in tackles for the Golden Bears. Kind of taking a shift and looking at offensive, the Bears have 330 total yards rushing with 73 attempts. That's a 4.5 yards per carry average. And there are 6 players with attempts. It's Harvern Davis, Talon Kemp, Riley Lambert, Chadwick Sanders, Reed Robertson, and Ethan Sanders. The top 2 rushers are, as I mentioned earlier, Harvern Davis had 185 yards rushing moving into tonight's ballgame with 26 attempts, a total of 7 yards per carry on average. And number 32, Chadwick Sanders, closely following him with 117 yards, rushing 25 attempts, a 4.7 yards per carry average. 93 yards passing so far with 3 interceptions, a 7 for 16 completion rate for the Bears. That's 44% when they put it in the air, and that's going to get us started here in the second half of play as the Bears recover the football on what was attempted to be, I think, an onside kick, and the Bears are going to recover that ball just in front of the 40, and that's going to be 1st and 10 for Alcorn Central. 11:58 to go in the third quarter. And once again, I have failed to change it. But I'm going to do that right now. Beautiful. 15-12, the Bears lead the Eagles of Falkner in this non-conference matchup to these rivals from North Tippah County, just down Highway 72. And that's going to get things going here for the Bears. 1st and 10 from their own 41 as the Bears line up. The handoff to Sanders. He'll get met quickly, and the Bears are going to have to make some variations to the offensive strategy. You've got to make those quick changes to keep the Eagles on their toes, or whatever the analogy should be for a bird of prey. And that's going to put the Bears for a loss of 2 back to 2nd and 12. They're now at the 39-yard line. And Robertson going to run out to the field to make a swap for the Bears. Seeing the shift. Short screen pass to Lambert. He's going to get gobbled up quickly, and the pass is going to be a little too close, and he's going to have to draw in to take it. Take those stutter steps. It ruins his stride. He's not able to cut out to the right like he's looking for, and he'll get brought down at the line of scrimmage. That's 3rd and 12. Step back. Kemp looking for the pass. He goes deep. Man in motion. It's incomplete. Chandler South and Stephen Rickman were the intended receivers for that play, but the Eagles are going to have number 10, Graydon Newby, who's going to be playing some pass coverage there and enough to break it up and see an incompletion. It's 4th and 12. And the punt, South puts it in the air, good end over end, hits at the 30, will roll to the 27, 28-yard line. The Bears will make contact with it, and the Eagles will be forced to take it from there. 1st and 10 for Falkner, 10:05 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. The Bears lead 15-12. We will be live from Smithville next week. That's right, live from Smithville next week as the Golden Bears take on the Seminoles, the first away ball game of the season. It's rather unique for the Bears to open up with 3 consecutive home ball games. And like they did this time around, we're going to see the Bears take to the road next week. 2 flags on the play, probably going to be a hold, and this might not see the outcome that the Eagles were wanting as number 8, Kane Floyd, takes it up the right side to gain several yards for Falkner, and hopefully that will play into the favor of the Bears, and we will see that play come back. Holding on the Eagles, and that will be a negative position for Falkner. We'll replay 1st down. Will be from the spot of the foul, and that will walk it back 10 yards. And we're going to see it be 1st and 19 for the Eagles, and they're back to the 19-yard line. 9 minutes, 57 seconds to go. Just to clarify, next week's broadcast will be on Mixler only, as we will not be taking a film crew on the road. Back in the pocket, looking for the pass. It's incomplete. Going to be deflected off the hands of an Eagle. And matter of fact, to come up incomplete, going to run through his hands too quickly, not be able to grab that one up. 2nd and 19 now for Falkner. I want to say thank you all for joining us tonight. Glad that you have chosen to be with us here on ACHS Media for ACHS Paw Talk Radio right here on Mixler and YouTube. 9:52 to go here in the 3rd quarter of play. Wishing the best of luck to our running Bears as they will travel to the Hickory Flat Invitational tomorrow, hosted by Blue Mountain College, and that will be a pass completed by the Eagles. He'll try to get out to the sideline. Ball comes loose. I almost wonder he didn't get out before the ball came loose. But they're going to call the ball live. Fumble on the play. The Falkner Eagles will recover for much better field position than they would have had he just gotten out of bounds on that. It's number 14, Reed Robertson, on the tackle. He's going to be the one to force that fumble, but the Eagles are going to recover, and 9:14 remains in the third. Ball up the middle. Enough for a first down. The Bears will contain, though. It will be a gain for the Eagles of what looks to be around 7 yards. Enough to keep things rolling forward. The men on the sidelines will come down the field, and it'll be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. From the 44-yard line. Looks like number 72, Daniel Goforth, coming out with a cramp. Going to get that stretched out and find some hydration. We encourage you to like this event, share it with everyone you know, and subscribe to our channel so you are up to date with all broadcasts here at Alcorn Central High School. Don't forget, you can find all of our home volleyball games live here on ACHS Media, as well as all of our home basketball games live here on ACHS Media. And we hope to be able to provide those to you for the rest of the season. And you know, we might even put into work to try and put together a live broadcast, at least a live video broadcast of a baseball or softball game. Don't hold us to that one, as we've got to wait for some technical developments in those arenas. But if the case comes to be where it's possible, we'll look and see if we can get that queued up for you. 2nd and 9 for the Eagles. Back in the pocket, they're looking to put it in the air. It's up and complete. Talon Kemp will make the tackle. He'll get wrapped up, and Robertson will make the assist. A big catch and grab for the Eagles will take them to the Bear 35, and that's going to be a 20-yard gain for the Eagles to put them in first down territory. $7:40 to go here in the third. The Eagles have it 1st and 10 from the Golden Bear 35. The play clock does not look like it's functioning right now. And the carry out to the left, and a Bear's going to wrap him up, pull him backwards. Good stop by number 55, Will Davis. And that's going to be 2nd and 11 now for the Eagles. Check at some local scores. 24-6, Biggersville leads Eupora right now just before half. And it is halftime in South Tippah County as Kasu trails Ripley 14-0. Right now, Tupelo has the 5-point lead over the Warriors of Corinth. It's 8-3. And these are all halftime scores from your local area teams. Again, Biggersville is ahead 24-6. Kasu trails 14-0. Corinth trails 8-5. Containment here by the Bears. Going to see a little loose room. Number 21, Alex G, is going to do the best he can, drop his shoulder and get a little nudge to drive him out of bounds. We were within inches of grabbing him up in the backfield and putting him down. That's what makes a difference. Inches can mean everything in a football game. You're going to see T-shirts and coffee mugs and posters and banners and commentators. It's a game of inches, and that it is. And the Bears going to come up just a few inches shy of getting that tackle, and they're going to get just several inches. Yards. I don't really know how many inches. Someone do some math. There's 36 inches in a yard. Reversal to the left side. He'll take it out way to the sideline. He'll get wrapped up, pulled out by a hit. That's Chandler South on the wrap and pull. But regardless of the heroics of the tackle, that is a first down for the Eagles. And the Bears have to work defensively to keep the ball contained. 23-yard line, the ball is on. Eagles have it 1st and 10 after a big reversal to the right side to draw the defense out of rhythm, and the Eagles find the success they were looking for. Ball up in the air, and it will be a reception. Caught clean for 12 yards. And number 21, Alex G., will be the man to bring him down. But that is within a first down territory, just shy of the 10-yard line. Ball on the 12. It's 1st and 10. Eagles going to run into position. 5 minutes to go in the third. Out to the left. We'll get him wrapped up. Flag on the play. Number 3, Chris Nunley on the carry. We're going to hope this is a flag on the offense. Hold on the Falkner Eagles, and that's going to be a good break for the Bears. Now you've given your defense a better position to make a play. You're going to make a position to make a play, and you're going to put them back to a 1st and, say, 19, 1st and 18, 1st and 19. I don't know if where the flag landed on the spot was just exactly right. The one thing I do know is that the head referee, the man in the white cap, he put everything he had into that throw. Here comes the pass. It's in the air, and it's going to be almost brought up in the backfield. What a big sack. Play is going to be disrupted by a flag. Probably will be a face mask off the hands of Lambert, but way to go for Ethan Sanders to get in there, grab a hold of him. He was getting ready to spin him to put him down, and Riley Lambert's going to come in for some assistance. We're going to have one back judge saying, I think it was a face mask. Coach Warren saying, no, you don't know what you're talking about. Let me tell you what really happened. Coach Nelson going to join in, a little conversation there, and the official is going to make the final call. Personal foul, face mask. On the offense. I have no idea where that happened at. Folks, y'all gonna have to back that video up and tell me where you find it. If you can, screenshot it, circle it, send it to me, because I had no idea. I surely thought that was going to be on Lambert on the tackle there when he came in, because I saw a hand come near the chin. I just thought they were going to say, hands to the face or grabbing for a face mask and just make the call. But, wow, what a difference that makes for the Bears. Ball's now at the 50-yard line. It's 1st and 49. If this isn't 3/2 a country mile, then I don't know what is.
That might have been the whole mile.
Eagles 1st and 49 from the 50. They've got into the backfield. Harvard Davis trying to make a chase. Ball's in the air. And almost an interception. Bears are going to get hands on it. Number 17, Chandler South's going to do his best to put hands on it. I'm talking about a game of inches. If he just had about 2 more inches up, he probably would have had that ball. But we're going to see 2nd and 49 now. 2nd and 49. That's a whew. You got a lot of work to be doing on that. Ball at the 50. It's 3 minutes and 39 seconds to go. Coach Shaw's running our scoreboard. He's just decided there's too many numbers to punch in when you're moving this far back on this many penalties. He's just left it where it is. 2nd and 49. Back in the pocket, looking for the throw. It's out, and it's intercepted. Number 14, Reed Robertson's going to put hands on it. He's down the sideline. Can he get the blocks he needs? He'll get enough to pick it up and take it back to the Golden Bear 48. Flag on the play. Let's hope it's not coming back. 2 flags on the play. Seeing one for a possible hold on the offense, seeing one for a possible roughing the passer. Going to wait to see what the decision is. Nonetheless, a big interception, the 3rd of the season by number 14, Reed Robertson. And a big take back. He picks it up near the 30 and gets it back up to the 48-yard line. Talk about an 18-yard return. Hold on the Eagles. That's going to be a personal foul for a hold on the offense, and they're going to give another. They're going to give another penalty to the Eagles for another potential 15 yards. Both of them, you can't accept both. So you're going to decline one, take the one of the better yardage. Both of them are going to be the same in this scenario. And so we're going to see that 47-yard or 48-yard initial spot, walking it forward. And that's going to be a 15-yard gain by the Bears to put us to the 37-yard line. And that's going to be 1st and 10 from the Falkner 37. The Bears are just 37 yards away from a touchdown. Riley Lambert with the carry. He's up the middle. Can he go all the way? 10-5. He'll get brought down just at the 5-yard line. Flag on the play. It's in the backfield. That one's probably coming back. But a big yard, slow start, but he starts to pick up momentum, driving those feet, getting those cleats into the turf, and he's moving downfield. But this one's going to be a hold on the Bears, and it's going to come back. It's going to take us back 10 yards. 1st down from the Falkner 44-yard line. Be 1st and what looks to be 17. Or excuse me, 16. Handoff to Lambert's going to try to make a high step to avoid a defender. He's going to get caught up at the 45 and brought down just on the downfall to pick up just a yard in positivity there. 2nd and 15. 2 minutes, 38 seconds to go in the 3rd quarter of play. The Bears lead 15-12 to the Eagles of Falkner. Ball in motion. Kemp tries to keep it. He leans forward, tries to grab a few yards. And will come up incomplete. 3rd down will remain in the same spot. The line of scrimmage will not move. And the Bears still have a considerable distance if they want to get all the way. 1:45 to go in the 3rd quarter. It's 3rd and 15. Step back. Kemp in the pocket. Looking for the deep throw. It goes up and into the hands of Sanders. He's going to make the catch with 2 defenders on top of him. Talk about grabbing that one up. First down for the Bears. He's got it on the 25. A big move by Alcorn Central. What a play there by the offense. 19-yard gain there by the Golden Bear offense. We're going to see the chains walking forward, and the Bears are in the red zone. Almost. Looks like they're going to spot the ball just about a millimeter shy of the 25-yard line. We're going to give it to them anyways. We're 1:05 to go in the third. We're edging close to that last 12 minutes of play. I tell you one thing. I cut the air up a minute ago, and my face is sweating. Chadwick Sanders going to take it out. He's going to shift and shake and make his way forward into the 5-yard line and maybe a little bit farther. First down for the Bears. It's 1st and goal. 43.4 seconds to go in the third quarter of play, and a big shakedown by Sanders. The spot at the 5 for a 20-yard gain by the Golden Bears. 30 seconds will count away from the game clock. And we might see them in the third. Hopefully we can see them in the third in the end zone. 15 to 12. 12 seconds to go. They're in the box. The snap is high. Got to chase it in the backfield. They'll fall on top of it at the 20. That's going to be the end of the third quarter. And the Bears are going to be ahead 15 to 12 at the end of the third. And we will have 12 minutes of football remaining. The Bears will have the ball. Twelve minutes of football remaining here at Alcorn Central. The Bears lead 15-12 as we are about to begin the fourth quarter of play. Ball's going to be walked back to the 20-yard line. The Bears going to lose it on a bad snap. Gets loose to lose 15 yards. It'll be 2nd down and goal from the 20. Twelve minutes of football remains. Bears are in position. Snaps back. Kemp's going out. Going to put the ball in the air, and it's going to be incomplete. .11:52 to go here in the football game. Pass incomplete brings up 2nd and goal from the 20. 3rd and 20 now. Flag on the plays coming from backfield. I think that may be an offsides. Delay of game on the Bears. How unfortunate. 5-yard penalty now will take us back to the 25-yard line, and it's 3rd and goal. A few more setbacks by the Bears. Going to have to get this one wrapped up quick if they want to score before the Eagles take over. Snap over. The pitch to the right side. Sanders is going to take it forward for a good grab. Flag on the play.
That's considered a pass. There's number 5.
Davis running in. Harvard Davis running in for the Bears.
I think we got a hold.
Officials going over to the Falkner sideline to talk about the play. Hold on the Bears will be another negative yardage play for Alcorn Central. And they took a 1st and goal from the 5 and somehow turned it into a 3rd and goal from the 35. Penalties have put the Bears in their peril tonight. Harvard Davis now set up just to the side. Going to get the pitch. He's going to take the run for it. Out to the right. He's going to find some open room. Out to the 20, the 5, the 10, and to the end zone he will be. What a way to make a 3rd and 25, a 3rd and 35 look like a piece of cake. Going to see his first carry of the ball game tonight for 34 yards and a touchdown. What a way to save you to the time you need him. Put 6 on the board. Alcorn Central's grabbed another.
So that one wasn't a pass because it was behind.
11-17 to go in the 3rd quarter of play. Or 4th quarter of play, rather, and the Bears have put 6 more on the board. Chadwick Sanders going to line up for the extra point. Score now 21-12. Kick goes up and is no good. And that will leave the score 21-12 with 11-17 to go. Alcorn Central with the lead.
That's a G. Just looks like no.
The more I get excited and the more I stand up and holler, the warmer it gets in here, probably because I'm putting more hot air into the room every time I'm yelling. And I just had to turn the air back down in case y'all were wondering. 11-17 to go in the football game. The Bears lead 21-12 to the Eagles of Falkner. In this 3rd game of the season, non-conference play, Tyler Murphy lined up for the kick. He goes up. Flag on the play. He's going to run out to the side of the ball. He's going to just barely snub it, and that will be offsides. Flags on the play, obviously, to give us new positioning. You want to see a step it back to the 35-yard line, and that's going to be a re-kick here. I think what's going to be, of course, it's getting a little damp onto the field. It's going to be a little damp on the field, but I think that scissoring as he got right up to it, those quick steps, kind of got him off balance, and it's going to see that shift in the kick. Now lined up to kick the ball, number 55, Will Davis. He'll put it to the 30. That's where Nunley's going to pick it up. And John Tolles tries to chase him down. He can't get there in time, but another Bear makes the assist. And he'll get brought down at the 42. Reed Robertson going to get that tackle. They'll give him forward progress at the 45, and that's where the Eagles will have it 1st and 10. 11:08 to go. Eagles trail 21-12 to the Bears of Alcorn Central as we start their first possession of the 4th quarter. Back in the pocket. Here goes the pass. Nunley puts it in the air. Nunley puts it in his hands, and he has taken it all the way to the end zone. What a big play by the Eagles. Set back to the 40-yard line. He puts it deep downfield. Nunley puts it in his hands at the 15, takes it the rest of the way into the end zone. And that's all she wrote. The Eagles put 6 on the board. Bears need to hold them here to keep it to a 3-point ball game and give yourselves a little favor and cushion on the scoreboard. Bears really have to put up a defensive stand against the special teams of the Eagles. Looks like the Eagles are probably going to make an attempt for the 2-point conversion. They're going to try to run it up the middle, and they're short once more. They have yet to complete a 2-point conversion this ball game. After 3 touchdowns, they remain at 18. The Bears keep a 3-point lead. 21-18 the score, 10:57 to go. The Bears need to, 1, control the clock for the remainder of the 4th, and 2, put some more points on the board. $10:57 as we line up for the kick. Bears have number 5, Harvard Davis, and number 32, Chadwick Sanders, in deep field to receive. And just in the front, it's going to be number 21, Alex G. Stephen Rickman. Going to see Riley Lambert and Reed Robertson all in position to take the ball depending on where it comes. In a short 5-yard lineup, going to see a onside kick, and the Bears will fall on top of it at the 44-yard line, 43-yard line, and that's where they'll begin possession. 1st and 10 from their own 43. Let's see if the Bears can make the march downfield. 10:53 on the clock, 1st and 10. The Bears start the possession. Here goes the snap, and the handoff through the middle, and a big run there by the Bears. Jam up for about 9.5 yards. I think the side judge is going to say move it forward. First down, Alcorn Central. 10 yards is all you need. 10 yards is what you got. And they have approached Eagle territory. Ball at the Falkner 47. Fumble on the play. Nope. The official's going to call the ball dead. Best thing that could have happened. He's going to call it down on the play. Bears will maintain. He's going to fall to his knee to re. Oh, I take that back. When the Bears fumble it, the Eagles are going to catch the ball on the turnover, but he's going to have a knee on the ground, which is going to end the play there. So as soon as he makes contact, that will be the dead ball. And after the fumble, the turnover will give the Eagles the ball on Golden Bear territory at the 44. And so now the defense has to make a big stand and try to give some positive pushing for the Bears to maintain the lead. Back in the pocket, pass is out to the right side. It's complete. He had a knee down at the ground on the 40. I think his knee was down when he caught the ball. They're going to call that 2nd and 6. Snap back. Pass is almost in the air. It's going to be gobbled up and a sack in the backfield. What a big play by the defense. Good way to take back those yards. Number 62 on the tag. I don't know who's wearing 62 because it's not Ryland Pleasant. Ryland Pleasant's on the sideline. And the Falkner Eagles will take a timeout after a 5-yard loss to give them 3rd and 11. Bears need to recuperate and find some strength in the defense. And the Eagles begin to break the snap. 3rd and 11. They'll have the ball at the Golden Bear 45 with 9:04 to go in the ball game. 21-18, the Bears have the 3-point lead. And if the defense can do the work, they can keep it. Back in the pocket. Look at the pass again. It's up high and in the air and in the hands of a Golden Bear. I'm talking about reception, folks. That's going to be, oh, he's going to call his foot out of bounds. Oh, my goodness. What a, What a disheartening call that is. He's going to say his foot's just barely out of bounds. And Reed Robertson, the man that caught the ball, is the only one that's really going to know. Coach Warren's going to try to make his best appeal. They're going to call, yeah, they're going to call it, yes. They are going to give him the interception. Well, praise the Lord. 1st and 10, the Golden Bears. The excitement died when I thought they weren't going to. Listen, that would have been so big. Well, his second interception tonight, his 4th for the season. Reed Robertson racking it up for the defense. What a way to change the tide of the ball game. 1st and 10, Alcorn Central's got the ball at the 20. 8:57 to go. And it looks like Coach Warren's going to take a timeout. Going to see that the first charged timeout of the half, and the Golden Bears will take position, and they're going to try and figure out what they're going to do offensively. 8:57 to go in the 4th quarter of play. For the timeout, we'll be right back. Harvern Davis lined up in the backfield to get the snap and pitch. He's going to take it back to about the 23 when he gets dragged out of bounds. They'll actually give him all the way to the 25. So a 5-yard gain by the Bears in the hands of number 5, Harvern Davis. 4-yard gain. 2nd and 6. Second and 6 from the 24. Here's the snap and the handoff. Davis drives it up the middle. He'll get wrapped up and brought down shy of the line of progression. He'll be a yard short. Well, we're going to see the spot. Move it forward, they say. I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think he got the. I think he was short. But I don't know if the officials are just to a point where they don't care or they just can't see. Well, they showed us pretty early on in the ballgame that sight was not their best thing. But 7:45 to go in the ballgame. Poor sighting plays in our favor. Here goes 1st and 10, Alcorn Central on their own 30. There's the snap, the handoff, and a break through a pocket. Here's 6 yards for Davis. And that'll give us the 2nd and 4. Those quick grabs of 4 and 5 and 6 yards are really significant for the Bears. And we see that Davis is averaging near 7, so this is nothing out of the ordinary for Davis this season. 6:51 to go, and the Bears are really controlling the clock, which is an important position here tonight. 21-18, they have the 3-point lead. There's the snap. Davis out to the middle, and he'll get a few on the carry to leave us about a yard shy. 3rd and 1 now for the Bears. Again, we want to say a very special thank you to Mr. Caden Burcham for his excellent handiwork above the booth with the camera. And the officials will call a water break. The Bears are having 3rd and 1 once they get back out of the timeout. .6:23 to go in the ball game. We have it 21-18. The Bears 3rd and 1 from their own 39-yard line. Play called into motion with the whistle. Back. Davis enough for a 1st down and just a few more. Seen the same play run consecutively 4 different times. Probably going to start seeing a little alteration here. Davis has taken it up the middle and really driven 3 to 6 yards at a time. That one he'll pick up 3, enough to move it forward. 1st and 10. Alcorn Central 2. Their own 43. There's the snap and the pitch. Davis takes it, tries to make the spin. He'll get back at least to the line of scrimmage. He's going to have his own man grab him up at the chest and pull him forward, pushing him to grab an extra 2 yards. 2nd and 7. No, they're going to give him 4 yards. Let's go 2nd and 6. I like that better. Has a better ring to it. 5:05 to go. Wigington back to the ball. .457 as the clock counts away. Here's the snap. Ooh, quarterback keeper going to get drawn up quick. He'll be hit at the knees and brought down behind the line of scrimmage for a loss of all those yards we picked up. Let's go 3rd and 10 now. Number 50, Jackson Jordan on the tackle for the Eagles. 4:20 remains in the ballgame. Set back in the pocket. Kemp looking to get rid of the ball. Going to have to keep it himself. If he wants to keep it going, he's going to get enough for a 1st down. He's going to keep on going while a quarterback keeps, sets back from the pass. He finds a little distance, needs to get out. He goes through the scramble. He comes and spins and turns and moves and gets enough to punch it forward. Let's move the chains and let's grab 13 in the process. 1st and 10, Alcorn Central. Ball at the 42. Alcorn Central has punched their ticket into Falkner territory. 3:45 to go. If the Bears want to put some more on the clock, they've got to be smart. Back in the pocket, the handoff to Davis. He's going to jam it up the middle to the 34-yard line on about an 8 or 9 yard gain. It's going to be 2nd and 1. 3 minutes remains in the game of play. 2nd and 2 after they give an 8-yard gain to the Bears. Ball back to Kemp on the snap. The high snap handoff to Davis. He's going to lead him forward, and they're going to call him short. 1-yard gain. 3rd and 1 now. .2:12 to go here in the ball game. Bears line up, 3rd and 1. Comes back. Hand off to Sanders, enough to drive it forward. Flag on the play. Probably going to be a hold, and that one's probably coming back. Holding on the offense. From the spot of the foul will remain 3rd down. We'll step it back 10 yards. It's going to be 3rd and 14 now for the Bears. Ball has been moved back to the Falkner 46. Flag on the play, probably going to be a delay of game coming from the backfield. Delay of game, 5-yard penalty on the Bears. The 2nd delay of game that we've had this evening. But the play clock's not working, or at least it's not visible on the field, so it's kind of hard to know. So 3rd and 19 now. The Bears need something explosive. 2 receivers out, 1 far, 1 near. Throws in the air and incomplete. It'll be short. Lambert is going to come up short on that one. He runs out to the 30. Ball falls near the 33. He can't turn quick enough to put hands on it, and the Bears are going to have to punt this one away and keep the Eagles away from the end zone. There's 1:20 to go in the ball game. You've got to do your best to get it as deep as you can. Number 3, Chris Nunley is going to grab it up quick, and he's going to get in motion. Here it goes up. Good, end over end, high, and back to the 15. He'll grab it at the 10. Several men are going to try to get on top of him. Number 7, Sanders, is going to slow him down, and Alex G is going to put him down with the assistance of Chadwick Sanders. So that's going to be 1st and 10 for the Eagles. Flag on the play. And that's going to be an unsportsmanlike conduct on the Golden Bears. Unsportsmanlike conduct on the Golden Bears will result in a 15-yard penalty, and the Eagles will gain much better field position. Flag was resting on the 25. It'll take the Eagles up to the 38 on the spot after the 15-yard walk-up. And that's going to be 1 minute and 8 seconds to remain in the ball game. .68 seconds remains. We're waiting for the 1st and 10. It's going to start at the 38. Eagles going to set back. Looking to pass. It's up in the air and complete. What a catch. High in the air. They'll put hands on it, roll it down, and put it deep. What a step back. Had 3 men in coverage and weren't able to put hands in it to deflect it, keep it out. If you didn't need the defense more at any point in time, it would be this moment. 1st and 10 now to the Golden Bear 36, 47 seconds to go. One thing the Bears have in their favor is that the Eagles are going to spin up quick. Set back, looking for the pass. They go in. It's in. Picked off. I'm talking about an interception, folks. They're going to call the ball on the ground. That's incomplete. Clock's going to stop at 36 seconds. They're going to say contact on the ground before the catch. Coach Warren, Coach Nelson don't like the call. They're trying to make the argue for it. I thought that he had hand underneath it. It's unfortunate we can't roll the footage back and say, hey, look at what we got in front of you. But nonetheless, they call it incomplete. We'll give it 2nd and 10 from the 35. 36 seconds to go, 2nd and 10. That incomplete pass has stopped the clock at the 36. Back in the pocket, deep in the area.
No!
And we're going to see a catch made right at the 2-yard line. And that's going to be a timeout called by Falkner. Catch at the 2-yard line. Had 3 men in coverage way downfield. You've got to turn and look, jump, and take. We were back on our feet, pedaling backwards. We didn't have that time to stop and make that action. You've got to run out quick, turn, move, and you've got to attack quickly. You've got to turn and you've got to hit. Ball at the 2-yard line, and the Eagles have a timeout. It's 1st and goal, 27.9 seconds to go. You've got to have a goal line stand right here. (21-18) the score, with 27.9 seconds to go in the ball game. Trying to drum up support right here. Eagles had called a timeout. They've now broken huddle. They're headed to the football. They were hoping to run one out quick. The Bears are going to get to the best thing we can hope is to get a jump for a false start. You've got to be smart, though. Got to be smart. Here goes the ball. They're going to try to drive it up the middle. And they're going to call a touchdown. 20.5 seconds. Touchdown for the Eagles at 6 points. And the Bears are going to see themselves down by 3. Let's hope they can keep it there. Your only hope now is a kick return. 20.5 seconds to go in the ball game. The Bears left too many holes open. Just like I said at the beginning of the second half, we've got to make sure we're leaving ourselves enough position in pass coverage to eliminate the threat. We left too many open holes, and the Eagles got the ball downfield. 24-21 as the Eagles attempt to move forward. And the referee says 23 seconds should be on the clock rather than 20.5. Coach Saul gets it reset. He waits for the head man to get in position. And play will be incomplete. Score will remain 24-21. The Bears have to .2 seconds to go on the scoreboard here in the ball game. The Bears have to make the biggest kick return they've ever had if they want a chance at keeping this ball game in a win column. We know that the ball is probably going to go to the far side, so you've got to make sure you're getting enough men deep in the pocket, shoved over to the left. Onside kick. And a fumbled recovery. Going to be in the hands of the Eagles, looks like. And the officials try to make heads or tails of it. Onside kick. Eagles have the ball. That's the ball game. 24-21 will be the final score. You've got to make sure you're cleaning up in the coverage. That's going to be all that she had in the Bears' den. The officials will call a timeout for the Eagles. 22.5 seconds remains in the ball game. Not really sure what Falkner is planning here. You'd have to assume that you're just going to come out here and start the play clock and let it run out. But either I'm missing something or Falkner is one. But they'll come back from the timeout. With 22.5 seconds to go on the clock. And they're going to step it back. Take the knee, second down. That's going to see a timeout by Coach Warren. 12 seconds to go in the ball game. 24-21. Falkner with the lead. Bears try and force a fumble. It's going to come up no good. And the clock will expire, and the Eagles will take a last-minute victory, 24-21. A hard break for the Bears. Left too many open gaps in the air and weren't able to keep possession of the football. And so the Bears are going to see themselves take the loss, 21-24. You know, right now you have to think, had the Bears went for 2-point conversions instead of attempting the point afters, this potentially could have been a completely different ball game. So, you know, like we said, it's all a matter of inches. It's all a matter of decisions. It's all a matter of yes and no, and sometimes you're just not meant to be ahead on the board at the end of the game. And that's going to conclude the ball game portion, 24-21, the final score. Taking a look at some of the stats here for the evening. Number 32, Chadwick Sanders with 15 total carries, amassing 52 yards. Number 26, Riley Lambert with 3 carries, 19 yards. He has 1 touchdown. Number 6, Talon Kemp with a total of 8 carries. He has 1 fumble and ends up seeing a negative 2 yards in rushing stats. Number 7, Ethan Sanders with 1 carry and 3 yards. And number 5, Harvern Davis with a total of 9 carries, 69 yards, and has 1 touchdown for himself. Passing tonight, number 6, Talon Kemp with a total of 11 attempts tonight. He comes up with 5 completions, and he is going to see a 5 for 11 tonight with 39 total yards passing. Receiving those yards tonight are number 1, Stephen Rickman, number 26, Riley Lambert, number 7, Ethan Sanders. A plethora of offensive penalties tonight, delay of games, holding after holding after holding, 3 false starts, and a few unsportsmanlike conducts see the Bears lose an extreme amount of yardage via a yellow penalty flag. Tonight, defensively, on rushing plays, the Bears maintained control defensively. They held the line when it came to running the football. Ground coverage was not a sore spot for the Bears defensively tonight. It was simply in the air. Now, not saying we didn't see good things happen. We had 2 interceptions. We had some forced incompletions. But the majority of the major pushes and the major gains by the Eagles came by way of the air, and there was no man in sight, or no one close at least, for the Bears in several of those instances in order to put that pressure on and to contain that control. So the Bears will see some positive things defensively tonight. One of those is number 21, Alex G., with a total of 7 tackles. He'll be followed by number 32, Chadwick Sanders, with 5. 26, Riley Lambert with 4. 55, Will Davis, and 14, Reed Robertson with 3 apiece. Those others coming in play with 1 or 2 tackles tonight are Ethan Sanders, Chandler South, Hunter Bailey, number 33, Trayton Bowden, and number 6, Talon Kemp, number 22, Davis Hardin. Bears are going to see a face mask penalty and an unsportsmanlike conduct take penalties for the defense and set them back. Couple of interceptions for number 14, Reed Robertson. He had 2, one of them for a 17-yard return. Number 17, Chandler South, with 1 for a 15-yard return. Those are 3 interceptions for that tonight. And as far as special teams goes, 1 field goal attempt comes up incomplete by the foot of number 32, Chadwick Sanders. We have 1 completed point after touchdown and 1 incomplete point after touchdown for a total of 1 for 2 that evening. Number 17, Chandler South, with a 33-yard punt, and 2 punt returns made by number 21, Alex G., 1 for 35 yards and another for 41. And kickoff return statistics had 4 kick returns. Number 26, Riley Lambert, with 10 yards. Number 32, Chadwick Sanders, with 1. And Davis Hardin with 2 apiece, not amassing any yards on either of those. The Bears come up short, 24-21, to the Eagles of Falkner. We'll be headed to Smithville next week to see the Seminoles. Go with us by the way of ACHS Paw Talk Radio. I'll be there with a full look at the events, and I hope that you will be too. Ladies and gentlemen, I hope you have a wonderful Friday evening, a great weekend, and as always, be good to the world. This is Coach Mask calling out. Have a good night.